In the early years of the last century, in a barren and desolate region where the Alps penetrate into Provence, a shepherd started planting acorns. He did it very carefully, choosing perfect acorns, soaking them in water, and then planting them methodically in regular patterns on the bleak hillside. After 3 years, he had planted 100,000 trees. Of these, 20,000 had come up. He reckoned he would lose half of them. That left 10,000 oaks that would grow in this place where before there was nothing. His name was Elzeard Bouffier. He had owned a farm in the plains, had lost his only son and then his wife. He had retired into this lonely country and had concluded that it was dying for lack of trees. He had resolved to remedy the situation. That was before the First World War, and by 1920 his oaks were 10 years old and were taller than him. His forest was in 3 sections, 11 kilometres long, that's nearly 7 miles, and at its widest point, 3 kilometres across. All this had sprung from the hands and from the soul of this one man. The wind had also been at work dispersing seeds. As the water reappeared, so too did willows, meadows, gardens, flowers, and a certain reason to live. But the transformation had taken place so slowly that it had been taken for granted without provoking surprise. Elzeard Bouffier never seemed to waver or doubt, though he experienced many setbacks. One year he had planted 10,000 maples. They all died. The next year he gave up on maples and went back to beeches, which did even better than the oaks. By the end of the Second World War, everything had changed. Now there were well-kept farms in the area, the sign of a happy and comfortable life. The old springs, fed by rain and snow, now retained by the forests, had once again begun to flow. The brooks had been channeled. Little by little the villages were rebuilt. Counting both the previous inhabitants of the area and the new arrivals, more than 10,000 people owed their happiness to Elzeard Bouffier. By faith, Elzeard Bouffier planted a life and hope-bringing forest that rejuvenated a whole region. By faith, Moses led his people out of slavery to a promised land he would never see, but never doubted. By faith, William Wilberforce worked tirelessly for the abolition of slavery. By faith, Martin Luther King faced hatred and death to call for freedom. By faith, what will you do?